Hey, it's Yajin here with Gimme CrossFit, and today we're going to talk about how you can start a new habit without falling off the wagon and failing just a couple days or a couple weeks into starting that new habit, right? So how to develop that habit and stick to it and make it a regular routine part of your life. And I was just listening to this podcast that had a doctor on who wrote a book about using 5-minute habits to change your life. And it sounds a little absurd because, it's like 5 minutes change your life. Like, is that really going to work out? But here's the thing, and kind of follow this logic through for yourself as well. He gave an example of when he had a patient come in, and this guy obviously, his energy levels were all messed up. He was overweight. Clearly, he had some issues with his lifestyle, with his habits and behaviors that needed some modification in order for him to fix all of these symptoms, these irregularities that he had going on with his body. So the doctor's talking to him, and it's like, okay, what is the best way that we can, get you to start changing these things up? Would you like to start strength training? And he was like, oh yeah, strength training, that sounds good. It's something that I used to do. I would like to get back into it because it's been a really long time. So the doctor says, cool. So would you be able to show up for 45 minutes 3 times a week to do strength training? And he's like, yeah, of course, no problem. 45 minutes, I can knock that out. It's only 3 times per week. Let's get it done, right? So they agree on that. He leaves. The doctor schedules a follow-up 4 weeks later to meet back up with his patient. 4 weeks later, the patient comes back in, and the doctor's like, hey, how's everything going? How are the workouts going? Are you feeling a little stronger there? And the patient's like, well, you know what, doc? Work's been really busy. This has come up, that has come up. Does that sound a little familiar? I know we've all been there. And he's like, I haven't really been doing any of the strength training, right? But let's dial back for a second. At first, he was like, yeah, that's no problem. I can definitely fit 45 minutes into the schedule. But that's not the reason why most people fall off. So let's jump back into the story here. So the doctor's like, okay, obviously this didn't quite work out for him. And he says, hey, you know what? How about this? Let's take 5 minutes. Let me show you a 5-minute routine that you can do for strength training. It's real quick. Let's jump into it. So they go into this 5-minute routine. The patient goes through it, and the doctor's like, how'd that feel? That's pretty easy. This is not too bad. It's just 5 minutes, right? You can get that done. So then the doctor goes on and says, hey, you know what? I want you to do this for 5 minutes, 2 times a week. That's it. 5 minutes, twice a week. Can you do that? And the patient's like, of course. 10 minutes a week? Anyone can find 10 minutes a week, okay? Unless you're Elon Musk and you're trying to go to Mars or something, you can probably find 10 minutes a week to fit into your schedule. However, now this is the interesting part, is because all of a sudden by dropping that down from 45 minutes 3 times a week down to 5 minutes twice a week, we're lowering this threshold, this barrier to entry, and basically you're just making it a lot easier for yourself to look at it. It's like, do I have 45 minutes to go to the gym? I got a lot of work. I gotta follow up the kids or whatever it is. Do you have 5 minutes? Yeah, you got 5 minutes. Eat your lunch a little faster or whatever it is. You can make 5 minutes happen. And once they made that switch, literally the change from 45 minutes 3 times a week, pretty much a 0% adherence rate, dropped that down to 5 minutes twice a week. The patient came back 4 weeks after that appointment, and the doctor found out that the patient had been doing this for 10 minutes a day, every single day right before dinner time. Every single day. So all of a sudden you went from 0 to doing something's always better than nothing, 7 times a week, which is insane. And the only difference that they really made was lowering that threshold, making it easier for you to get started with the habits. And I think I can be guilty of this myself. How many times have you started a brand new habit and it's like, okay, I'm gonna commit 3 hours a week to doing whatever this is, 30 minutes every single day, 60 minutes every single day. I'm gonna switch out my entire diet. I'm gonna stop eating grains. I'm gonna whatever it is. And all of a sudden you look back 2 weeks later, 4 weeks later, and it's like, oh wait, whoops. It's because a lot of the times when we're getting started with a new habit, we're really excited, we're really motivated, and we want to hit the ground running. However, our bodies, our minds don't always work that way. And some of us out there, we are able to hit the ground running and actually stick to it. And there's a lot that goes into that as well. But for most of us, we work a lot better off by taking small steps and adding on top of this. Let's go back to the example with the patient. After having reduced that threshold to let's do strength training just 5 minutes a day, twice a week, not only did he, bump that up on his own, not with any additional help or accountability, just all on his own accord. He's going 10 minutes, 7 days a week, but building on top of that, he also started to pay attention to a lot more other behaviors that were beneficial to his health and well-being. He started adding in meditation, started paying a little more attention to his diet. And these are things that we often see when someone starts to visit the gym or start a new workout routine. You build that consistency at first, and you give it a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and all of a sudden it's like, I've been working out really well. I don't know if I should be eating so much fast food. Like, I should pay a little more attention to my nutrition. And all of a sudden those habits and behaviors almost stack on each other, and you start to progress and improve and level up without having to force yourself into it. And I think that's the big difference. If you feel like you're forcing yourself into a new habit, you're probably going to meet a lot of resistance in developing that habit. However, if you set the bar low enough where it's like, oh, this is very easy to follow, like no problem. 5 minutes a day, seriously, no problem. You can make 5 minutes a day, or even twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever that number is to you. However, the point of this video is really to tell you, when you're developing that new habit, if you don't want to fail, if you want to kind of build up and be consistent, because consistency is key, you've probably heard that before, then start small and build up from there. 5 minutes, start out from there, up to 10 minutes, up to 15 minutes, up to 30 minutes. I tell everyone, if you aren't showing up to your workouts on a regular basis, but you keep telling yourself, I need to lose weight, I need to, whatever it is, but I can't get myself to show up to workouts consistently. Go walk for 30 minutes a day, 60 minutes a day, whatever you can. Like, don't even run, just walk. And the reason why is because it makes it so easy for you to get started that way. You're gonna build on top of it, and all of a sudden one day you're gonna go out, you're gonna be walking, and it's like, I can jog lightly, that's no problem. However, if I told you to go jog for 30 or 60 minutes a day, you'd probably be like, yeah, no, that's not happening. But starting out from a place where, oh, I can walk, no problem, that's easy, that's simple. It makes it a lot easier for us to commit to that and see it all the way through. So that's really the point. If you're out there trying to build a new habit, I hope this video really helped out for you. If there's anyone that you might know who's trying to get themselves to start a new exercise routine or build some sort of habit, or you just feel like this video would be really helpful to them in some way, shape, or form, go ahead, do us a favor and share it to them, because we're always trying to put out new content here to help you improve your health, your fitness, and just feel better overall. So again, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.